Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Woo! I'm Chewy Mew and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video where today we're going to be doing another action figure video haul. And I got 4 ToyBiz Spider-Man action figures, which I'm pretty excited to have, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys. We also have some non-Spider-Man stuff, and I'll just get through that really quick. And that is the Master of the Universe Revelation Skeletor. I only collect basically just ToyBiz Spider-Man at this point, but I found it at a thrift store, Goodwill. It's just, I think it's only in the US, and it was $3.50. And they do this thing where they call it the color of the day, where certain colors are 50% off. And the color of the day was purple, so he was $1.75, which is super cheap for a figure that came out in 2021. So, you know, of course I got it. And I'm probably just going to use it. I'm probably going to use it as like to customize into some kind of Spider-Man character. And that is the ToyBiz, not Spider-Man Classics Spider-Sense Spider-Man. I can't talk. This guy is actually from a 2-pack that came with him and what was later used for Sinister Six Dr. Octopus. And that is the ToyBiz Spider-Man Classics Classic Clashes Spider-Man vs. Dr. Octopus. So here I have the ToyBiz Spider-Man Classics Dr. Octopus, just the regular version. He comes with a fabric or a rubber lab coat along with a rubber belt. And I made this really crappy looking lab coat, but it was basically a 2-pack like this, except he didn't have a belt. And he also has a different pelvis, which I have another figure, and when I review it, you're going to see why he has a custom pelvis here. But yeah, it was a 2-pack with these two. Basically, this kind of basically improvising what it would look like. But so yeah, so I got this guy on eBay for like $6. It was like $6 after taxes. It was around like 7-ish, free shipping. And I was like, you know, I had one of these. I had 2 of them. I had one as a kid, and I broke it because kids are the worst. And then I got another one recently, I think. And then I ruined it trying to make a custom with it. But now I'm glad I have this one. The difference between this one and the Spider-Sense Spider-Man version is that this one has solid white eyes. The other one has like transparent silver, like transparent gray eyes for a gimmick that he had so his eyes would light up. And also, instead of having black, this one has blue. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we got 2 figures, again from Goodwill. And this was like, I think $2 or $3, $2.50 or $3.50. But for these 2 Spider-Man figures is pretty good deal. Especially, let me dump this first. I looked up their prices on eBay. And this guy, who is the ToyBiz, the Amazing Spider-Man series, Super Strength Spider-Man, which, like going online, this guy's like $30 or $40, which is a lot. I've seen it before on eBay and I was like, I don't really care, like whatever. But then, you know, finding it in a thrift store, I was like, you know, duh, of course I'm going to get it. And he has, like, got damaged somehow. And this is the ToyBiz Spider Powers Dr. Octopus from, I think, 1998 or 1999? 1999, there you go. So, yeah, but yeah, I don't collect 90s ToyBiz figures. But the thing is, I mean, because they're kind of small. But look at this guy. He's almost the same height as Sinister Six Dr. Octopus, who is actually 6-inch scale. He has the custom pelvis, so if he didn't, they would be like the same height if he didn't have a custom pelvis joint. Doesn't look the best, but that's why this one has it. So yeah, this guy, again, he could be your main Spider-Man. This one, his legs are loose. You know, so I have taken him out of the bag. I've had him for like about a week maybe, but I finally just decided to make a video, and his legs are like loose here, which they're like ratcheted, but they're like super loose. And there's like a bunch of like damage on the plastic here, like this leg wiggles. It's like, I think like a dog got it. I don't know, but it is like damage on it, which is unfortunate. It's like paint is coming off. But like I said, it's like $30 or $40 on eBay. So getting it for like under $4 for 2 like pretty good figures is definitely worth it. And this could be your main Spider-Man. But just like this guy, no butterfly joints. But he can look up and down a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And this Dr. Octopus, you can see he comes with 8 tentacles instead of 4. And that's because these ones, plug them in here. I'm going to do a review of these guys, so I'll go fully in depth onto what I'm saying here. But he has these bendable tentacles, which have, I mean, they're not as good as, like, Sinister Six Dr. Octopus tentacles, where they have, like, full, like bendable wire that you can bend them, like, however you want. These ones are way shorter, and they don't have as much range. But again, this is supposed to be like a kid's toy, so you're mostly just going to pretend that, like, he's doing tentacle attacks. Because if you pose this guy, he's mostly just going to be like variations of this, you know. And these are the tentacles, which I have done research after finding this to find out what figure this was. Basically, I went to I went to eBay and just looked up ToyBiz 1999 Dr. Octopus, and eventually I found one that looks like this. And he's called, like I said, Spider Powers Doc Ock. Which I don't know why he doesn't have spider powers, but he has these tentacles that spring like this. It's like the material of like those straws. And look at that, for like Capri Sun, or like for like juice boxes and stuff. So they bend and stuff. They're not very strong, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. So like $2.50 or $3.50, I don't know, but that's super cheap for 2 Spider-Man figures. Like that's a pretty good deal, you know. Sometimes if you find cool stuff at Goodwill or at thrift shops, they could be really cheap. Sometimes they're expensive. Like I've seen like used He-Man toys for like $12, and they're like from the 90s, which is crazy. And the last one we got, which is again from Spider-Man Classics, is the Spider-Man Classics Craven the Hunter, which did I say Goodwill? No, I didn't get this one on Goodwill. I got this one on eBay. I think it was like $15. So the most expensive out of these guys. Look at it. It's Craven the Hunter from Spider-Man Classics. So I do have the Sinister Six box set version. If we take them out, here's mine, and mine has suffered some damage, and I kind of, I will say, this is one of my favorite figures ever, because I got it when I was 4 years old. For my birthday, for Christmas, I got the box set, like, brand new, and it suffered some damage, broken arm, replaced arm, and, you know, that kind of stuff, but I will say, I've always preferred the pants color, the gauntlets, and the head sculpt look, compared to this one. I will say, I do like that this guy has a hairy chest and hairy arms, because I feel like Craven's the kind of guy that wouldn't shave, because, you know, I feel like he's just that kind of guy. But, I mean, I think this one, like, I just like the paint on this one more. And it's not glossy. It's, like, super matte. Like, you can see if you look right here on his thigh, on this leg, and on this leg when I move it, you can see how this one light reflects way more off of this Craven here. Just because, like, the finishes. And then, like the chest, too. Like, his chest is not glossy at all. You can see the light, like, reflects off of his muscles and stuff. This one, not as much. And I feel like it looks cool. This one might replace him as my main Craven. One cool thing is, though, unfortunately, this one, just like mine, I think the figure is known to break, but the neck on both of them broke. When I bought it on eBay, the seller, they showed pictures on the listing, and one of them was that the head was, like, cracked, and so I asked them, hey, is the neck broken? And they were like, yeah, it's broken, and then I was like, can I see more pictures? And they showed like this, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, what did I say, 15? So pretty cheap for this. He also came with one of his knives, which that's nice. But yeah, so I can, because the neck is broken, I can swap the heads. Because originally the neck is like one, it's the front piece and the back piece. The torso is all one piece. So like the back part and the front part, back part is one piece connected. And then the head, the only way to take the heads off would be cracking the figure open. But unfortunately, since the neck is broken, I could just swap the heads like that. And you can see that works, that goes on there pretty cool. And this face, the color of the face is not quite the same as the bodies. See there, which is kind of unfortunate, but I feel like I'm gonna break it more. But yeah, so that's again pretty cool. This is gonna be my main Craven, and this one's gonna be you know, if I keep getting more figures that kind of are like the Sinister Six box set versions, I might slowly just start putting these guys like in plastic bags and putting them away somewhere safe, so I could just preserve them as figures, but also just, like, you know, keep them safe so I don't just, like, throw them in, like, a bin or whatever, compared to, like, Hasbro figures, am I right? Those are all the figures that I got. 5 figures and 4 ToyBiz figures that are all really good. Unfortunately, his legs are, like, super warped, and I'm going to try and see if I can fix his pelvis. Another thing I got is this bag of guns, and it was like $3, and I was like, I could buy it, maybe I could use them. You can see, like, that gun there, compared to Craven, it's huge. These are for, like, they're not for, like, I don't even know what kind of scale these are for, but those are really big guns. Like, look at that compared to his hand. Like, these aren't even 7-inch scale. These are, like, maybe 8-inch scale. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty cool, and I bought it just, it was cheap, and, like, I don't know, I just kind of did impulse buy, and I might be able to use those for something, I don't know. Let me know out of these, which ones you would be the most excited to get if you could get one of these, and which one would you be the least excited out of these guys. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. Let me know what you think about this, and I will see you guys in the next review, or the next video. Wow.